Sick version of Colin here, and here at Building Together, we love Lego Castle. Because of that, we are excited that the Bricklink Designer Program Series 7 options are up for vote right now through February 21st. There are over 100 castle and medieval options among those you can choose from, so we went through all of them as a family and decided on 10 castle options that were our favorites. Now we're going to break down those 10 and mention how much I think they might go for on the market when available for sale, if one of them can become an actual Bricklink Designer Program set, and hopefully one or two of them will be. So we'll break that down in this video, so let's dive in. In no particular order, we start with the Golden Lane Booknook, which might work well depending on what Lego's Booknooks look like coming out later this year. I like the angles on the home, the details on the gate, the stalls, the myriad minifigs, the cobblestone street, and the general compatibility with recent castle sets. There's enough to make this set its own, yet fit in with your existing display, or even just look good on a bookshelf. Designed by 2V, this comes with about 2,500 pieces, which means it's a pretty dense build. Part of this is due to the small tiles and plates used for the street and stalls, plus the buildings have reasonable levels of interior detail. This one might be in the ballpark of $200, $220, which would be a bit steep for a Booknook, given the rumored $120 price point of the LEGO Lord of the Rings Booknook coming this summer. There were a couple of alchemy shops listed among the options, but this was our favorite. Designed by Shram, it's not too big. One of the others came in at over 2,500 pieces, and this one, though, looks like it would mesh well with the medieval blacksmith, although it's not too similar to make it repetitive. This set contains a number of highlights, including the fountain, a cart with plenty of room for products, 6 minifigs, and great details for about 2,100 pieces. The bottle as a chimney pops out immediately when you look at it, but don't sleep on the use of a roller skate to help build a little fountain and the other details in this set. The tree is well done, there's a hidden chamber, and there's a nice use of fence pieces on the back, and plenty of snot techniques. The more I look at this one, the more I like it. I'm hoping it comes in at around $180 US, given its similar size as the blacksmith shop. The medieval fishing village is a bit like the Viking village idea set, which is a good thing. It's designed by Brickhammer and consists of over 3,200 parts, and this has a bunch of different mini builds that form a coherent village. There are homes, shops, an outpost, cart, a bridge, and a wolf pack raft, and it does so with a modular approach. The larger buildings are reminiscent of the medieval town square, and there are a lot of neat aspects to this, such as the different levels of walkways that add variety, different roof techniques that can also mesh with the medieval town square, and excellent incorporation of trees, animals, and other foliage. So if you're looking for some more medieval town square vibes, it even comes with a goat. In addition to that, you get a pig, horse, and a bluebird. Oh, plus 11 minifigs that include some line knights, wolfpack, and civilians. So there is really some nice playability here with the water wheel, fun building techniques with the rock work, and I'm just hoping this would come in at under $300, because anything above that is going to be kind of steep given the comparison to the medieval town square. Crystal Keep is a fun-looking set that incorporates a cave, a dwarf's home, and a wizard's tower. It's a bit light on the minifigs, including just 5, but does have a lot of very interesting building techniques. Chief among these is the rounded walls of the wizard's tower, which are executed well and assimilate nicely with the top of the tower. The well is rather ornate in terms of stonework, and the interiors have some nice details. There are some really cool play features, such as the lifting rock wall and gem drop, and incorporating the dwarves make this stand out from other options that oftentimes give you line knights and wolfpack minifigs. Designed by Lux Bricks, this 3,200 piece creation would be appealing at a sub $300 price, especially given the paucity of minifig. Next up is the Medieval City Gate, designed by Martin Studio 98, which has around 3,200 parts. There are definitely some medieval seaside market vibes, but I think this is actually better executed. Yes, you can arrange the buildings in one long row, similar to the medieval seaside market, but the sections you see here on the end can connect to the back of the others to create fully enclosed structures. There are a lot of fun details here, such as the gate, the vendor stalls, the Tudor buildings, the inverted arches at the top of the watchtower, and plenty of interior details. Like most of these sets, you get a combination of civilian minifigs, some Lion Knights, and the obligatory Wolfpack minifig. And like many of the others, I'm hoping this one would come in at under $300. Sure, the Lion Knight's castle is incredible, but what about a massive Lion's Keep? With a total of 4,000 pieces and 12 minifigs, this is one of the larger options on our list, and it's pretty epic. Like the Lion Knight's castle, this has hinges that allows it to swing open for playability and to maximize display value, yet is a coherent keep when closed up. The architecture itself is not fully reminiscent of the Lion Knight's castle though, which means that it will provide a unique look on your display. The building techniques are fascinating with lots of rock work, some modularity, and cool angles. And this staircase you can see through the doorway is very, very well done. This one is also designed by Brickhammer and could go for $350 plus US dollars if it is chosen to become a set. Speaking of keeps, Dustmark Keep is also an impressive option for the Bricklink Designer Program Series 7. While many of our other favorites feature Lion Knights and Wolfpack, this one carries forth the banner of the tax collector from the medieval town square. Not only that, you get more of a Middle Eastern and desert feel with this creation. The aesthetics are excellent with the dark tan plates, tan curved slopes representing sandbanks, and this lime green palm tree. The impressive details don't stop there though. This can be folded open to show its impressive length, and there are fun looking staircases, balconies, and archways, plus this cool bell and even nice interiors. We get 10 minifigs, and while there is a Wolfie and a Lion Knight, they are the prisoners in this one. With exactly 4,000 parts, this will certainly be an expensive option if it becomes a real set, likely cresting $350 US dollars. Are you looking for a medieval set with some piratey vibes? Well, the Island Castle fits the bill. This is a beautiful creation that features some fantastic details. I love the way the designer, Christ Romans, incorporates the trees with the rocks and the slopes and other foliage. The stone arch bridge is wonderful, and it opens up for playability, meaning it's a nice touch. I also like the detailing around some of the windows. This spiral staircase, the trap door by the bridge, and this rope line that helps the Wolfpack figures cross this open span. With just over 3,800 pieces and 11 minifigs, this set would also be pretty expensive. Again, I'm guessing at least $350 US dollars or so, but it does have a lot of potential. Predominantly black or dark gray buildings can work if done right, and this is a positive example of that. The darkness of the castle walls is offset by some brighter colors for the residential section on the second level, and the rough Tudor walls are executed very well, especially when you notice the snot forms used. The battlements are a bit different from the norm, using skeleton legs rather than gray bricks, but the effect is nice. The birch tree also helps break up the dark feel of the walls, as do the tiled roofs in nougat and dark orange. The other mini builds, like the fenced area, are nice, add more details, but they don't consume too many pieces. All told, this one has 3,400 parts, but only 4 minifigs. Given the high number of tiles and this small minifig count, this one might just drop below $300, or at least that's what I'm hoping. The last one on our list is the Hooded Crow Medieval Tavern, which is a well-executed creation in the style of a medieval town square blacksmith hybrid. It's a rather busy set with lots of foliage, animals, and textured walls, but it is coherent and contains excellent interior details. I particularly like the cramped attic space with the kid gasping at finding a Forestman hat. It's a nice little shout out to that line. And the exterior is charming with its unique roof detailing, window details, foliage climbing the walls, and inherent storytelling. It fits just well enough into your existing display, but yet is unique in many ways, and to me, that is the sign of a well-executed creation. With 2,100 pieces and 7 minifigs, this might just be a more affordable option at around $175 or so, again, I hope. Of the over 100 medieval options, these were our favorites, but there are a lot of other good ones on that list that didn't make it into this video. So go ahead and peruse them on your own, and you can vote. You can kind of give it, you don't like it, that it's not for you, a middle of the road rating, as well as one that you absolutely love. So go through those, rate them on your own. These were our favorites, and we're hoping that maybe one of them could become a set. Speaking of which, is it likely that we'll see some of these sets make it through the Bricklink Designer Series program and become a set? Well, we will find out for sure on March 17th. Now, voting closes on February 21st before they go into a review period, but the good news for Castle fans is that we have seen at least one Castle option for us fans of the line in every single one of the Bricklink Designer program series so far. So I'm hoping that it stays that way. I think one thing that helps it is that there are so many options for Castle fans to vote for, especially when you look at the other options in other categories, of which there are many, but a little bit high of a proportion for the Castle options. So there is hope. Now, of course, go ahead, look at the sets, vote for them yourselves, and let us know in the comments below which of the Castle options are your favorite, as well as some of the other themes and options that you like in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep building together.